Welcome to another episode about learning. This time you would be right. I'm Hugo, this is Philippe.
Hey.
And this is João.
Hello, what the fuck?
Hello.
He screwed his own intro.
I screwed my own
I
intro
did
this time.
nothing, I was polite.
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
But I looked at you and I was like, yeah, now I gotta screw this and blame him. So,
Alright.
So we're talking about learning. We ended the last episode talking about motivation.
Yeah.
And Philippe touched on something I know nothing about, which is intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So,
okay, I can elaborate if I want to. No,
We can call it a day.
Yeah, we can just. No,
I mean, that's an episode, guys.
it's kind of it's kind of self-explanatory in the same way as spaced repetition.
Do you understand that?
No.
I think it's intrinsic in the sense of the source of the motivation comes from yourself.
Yeah.
Extrinsic, as in the source of the motivation comes from outside.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, we were wrong.
A typical example of extrinsic motivation is like you're getting paid.
That's a very
Yeah, that's a big one.
huge extrinsic motivation that keeps me on my job.
That's known as the universal motivator, at least for the Western world. It's money because everyone wants it because you can do everything with it.
Not everything.
But you can turn it into almost all other resources.
Yes.
So that's a universal. But everything that's external to you could be considered an extrinsic motivator.
Did you notice that?
I'm gonna quack that.
What?
Go
Did I
on,
say
go on.
something?
We're gonna go on. We'll explain later when we're off camera.
Okay.
Yikes.
It can be anything external to you.
Yeah.
So something like social recognition is having people look at you and say, "Oh, that guy is really good at." I don't fucking know. That's external motivation.
Yeah.
You know, being recognized in status, external motivator. So intrinsic is really just I want to, not because you're gonna be rewarded with anything. You don't expect any kind of prize from anyone else, be that social or physical or whatever. You're just doing it out of your own
Spite.
Doing it out of spite, honestly.
That would be an example of intrinsic.
This thing you want to do, you can't do it.
Out of everything that's wrong in my heart, I'm doing it completely out of spite.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But that would be in a sense intrinsic, and because you're doing it
Out of all the evil in my heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
But doing it because you just
Felt like it. Yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
That would also be so. What we also understand is that intrinsic motivation can be many times stronger but it's much harder to control. Much harder to you can give external motivation can be almost given. You know, you can control it in a sense, and intrinsic you can manage it, but you can never,
Go fetch more.
Yeah, you can't slap intrinsic motivation on someone. You can say, "I have $1 million if you do this,"
but you can slap it on yourself.
No, but
Yes.
you can try. Yeah, you can try to, but you can't fabricate it. You know what I mean?
It's the story you tell yourself.
I know what you mean.
And it's a very complex thing because you can't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. But you need to tell the story in a way that you do it. So, for example, if I'm doing something that's very hard and I'm thinking I will probably fail, I'm like, no, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna pour all of my soul into this. So that
That's the same of doing it out of spite, but instead of doing it out of spite for someone else, you're turning that spite inward. Do it, motherfucker!
Kind of. It comes from the same place as anger comes.
No.
Yes, but it's
I think
it's healthy. It's not something. I'm not gonna be angry if I don't do it.
Yeah,
Wait, you said it's healthy?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. So sorry.
Yeah. No.
Keep
Keep going.
interrupting.
No.
I'm not gonna be
Finish
angry if I can't do it. I'm just doing it to force myself to try my best. If I can't do it, I'll be satisfied that I pushed myself
give
to
it
the
a
limit.
go.
Yes.
Yeah. You would probably be angrier if you didn't try.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Right.
it. I will be angry if I not angry, but I'll be disappointed. Not angry. Angry is a strong.
This is a strong word.
Yeah.
No, but I know.
Rageful wrath.
Disappointed. Sorry.
Good.
I think what you're talking about there is just so intrinsic and extrinsic motivation is broad, and so what we're talking about before is much. It's inside that management of motivation. So intrinsic motivation, you're just trying to manage your perception, your expectations. You're just trying to manage your expectations so they don't you're not weighed down by them to the point that you just don't want to risk it. You don't want to do it.
It's about the story that you tell yourself. It's literally about we all have that voice, and we have our fears, and we all have something telling us that we're not going to do it. But you have to tell them, "Fuck you! I'm going to do it anyway." It's kind of like that.
But you can do it out of fear, anxiety.
Yes.
Fueled work.
Yes.
Would
And
that
that's
be intrinsic?
Yeah.
Because the source of the fear comes outward.
It
I would imagine.
depends on what your anxiety is.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it is a motivator. It's
but
not,
the
healthiest.
if your anxiety is about failing a deadline, then it's extrinsic. But if it's something, it depends on why you're feeling anxious.
If you just feel anxious because you will fail towards yourself, not towards anyone else.
Okay.
If you expect something from yourself and you're not being able to do it, then you can.
Yeah, if you're
anxious, feel anxious because of that.
Yeah, if you're anxious,
for example, so just like
that. Extrinsic is more about that. It's about expectation of a result beyond you that someone else has to give, in a sense.
Yep.
Be it recognition or whatever, a grade.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as it doesn't come from you, it's extrinsic.
Yes.
And when we talk about teaching, we talk about that extrinsic because that's kind of what the teacher can control.
Right.
The teacher can't control what story you're telling yourself. It can help you say you should, but
I think
at the end of the day,
the role of parents.
Yeah,
right. This story, this narrative, it's something that my father taught me, right? So, and I think that's usually the role of a parental figure, not necessarily a father or mother.
I know what you mean.
Another Portuguese. Jesus, to you guys today.
Did you?
What did I say?
You just said "sim."
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes, in Portuguese.
I went over my head.
Yeah, and mine.
Viewers are learning.
Yeah, they're
learning. Yeah, you'll learn
slowly, very not surely. You will learn Portuguese.
You will learn Portuguese from this podcast.
Don't try to seduce the audience. Don't do that.
Jesus. We're gonna teach them Portuguese so then we can talk in Portuguese and they just understand.
Exactly. So we'll go through the episodes and it will slowly become Portuguese as time goes on.
More and more.
You think that's a good idea?
From the impression.
Sorry? Borrow? What are we borrowing?
Like English words that we.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Borrowed
What
words.
is download? What is?
So he's saying we're gonna use. So in Portuguese, when you speak, we use English terms in the middle of Portuguese sentences. And he's saying that we're gonna start the trend of doing the reverse. So we're speaking in English, right? Something like that, yeah. And we're speaking in English, and suddenly we start talking Portuguese. And we're gonna try to make this a worldwide thing.
It ain't gonna work. Just saying. Just saying. Put a little rectangle in the
motivation.
Right.
So,
we were coming back to motivation.
No, I need to motivate the audience to speak Portuguese. Bro.
Okay, you do that, and I'll do exactly what I'm doing, so they can do it out of spite.
But at the end of the day, there's not one best motivator. You know, sometimes
it depends
you need external motivation. sometimes you need external motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Some tasks you would never do without external motivation. You know? Because with intrinsic motivation, you would only do what interests you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if you don't like it, even if you might do something that is hard, but it interests you.
Mm-hmm.
But we do stuff that we don't care for, but we have some extrinsic motivation to do it. Getting paid is a huge one.
Yes.
But sometimes status is huge for some people as well.
There's a plane flying over.
Yes.
Let it go. Let it fly. Be free.
Be free, my child!
There you go. Sorry.
No! You're not gonna copyright straight. No!
No.
I
I just...
I didn't-
I sang it myself. I'm
Thank you
sorry.
very much.
I'm very sorry.
The notes are, they own the...
Oh yeah, they own the
We're fucked.
sorry.
No, this is good. This is good. We can appeal to the court of public opinion, and then you get big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can get cancelled. Why aren't you? Why?
Cancel? Why the fuck haven't you cancelled us? Come on.
Yet.
Soon.
TM.
I feel like...
That is our motivation.
I feel like this episode has derailed so many times.
What?
I feel like this
What are you
episode
talking
has
about? No.
many more
You
than
say-
the other one.
You say that as a bad thing.
Yeah, like
It's kind of a bad thing.
it's like a bad thing. But
You know what we need to do? We need to self-regulate more. Sorry.
So my segues are great. You said in the last episode. Here we have an example
What up? I'm terrible at what I do.
of a.
I feel like you told myself that I should stop talking about motivation. But sure,
Oof.
you told me. I don't care about motivation anymore.
I'm so sorry.
So now, come on, self-regulation. Talk about it.
Self-regulation? I fucking will. Thank you very much. Why is it interesting? Why is it needed? When it comes to self-regulation. So, why is self-regulation needed and important for learning? That's a good question to ask. Here's my point of view, right? Let's say, okay, you're trying to learn something and for some reason you are banging your head against the wall, you're frustrated, you don't know what to do next.
Don't bang your head against the wall.
Yeah, don't do that. That hurts you.
Good.
So, what does self-regulation here mean? You should know when to go back at it, when to take a break, when to let yourself process, when to change tactics. So, sometimes, I feel at least like I struggle with this sometimes, because I want the objective to be done. I want to have, to have the result. So, I struggle through it to get to the result, but that isn't always helpful, I find. So I've had to teach myself to regulate my learning time, the effort I put in, the tactics, the approach that I go for. So it's been, I think I'm better at it now. So it has been a learning experience, which is interesting. So I would ask, what about you two? Where do you find yourself when it comes to self-regulating?
Where do I find myself when it comes? That's one of the things I'm most proud of about
Really?
myself. Yes, I'm very.
You find that you're quite good at. Okay, I'm done for today. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Yes.
You're quite good at that.
Yes, I'm good at stopping myself from doing something, and that was probably the thing that I can just stop. Like, it's something that I've learned. It's not something that I was born with, but yeah, I can just I leave work and I stop. And I noticed that not a lot of people can do that. Like,
Very bad at that.
They still are. They're not
Thinking about
working
it?
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still there
Yeah.
mentally. I can just 6 o'clock. My clock is here. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's 6 o'clock. Log off. Done.
I think I can, but I have to trick myself into it, like get out and then start doing something
no,
else.
It's done. It's done. It's done.
Oh, I need to do something else, and then when I start doing that something else, I can. But I can't do it like
You
that.
need a transitional thing.
Yeah, I can't do it magically. I have to.
Done.
I have to do something that helps me get distracted, and then
Right.
I'm good.
And I sometimes get annoyed when people try to pull me back for some reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, that is annoying.
That's
I get really annoyed.
yeah.
I also became good at starting, so I want to study. I just pick it up and do it, and that's something that's easy, that's harder than the
other one.
The other one. I feel like
for me, it depends on the task. Right, I'm really good at going into work, mostly because I commute. I go into the office,
yeah.
the lab, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you go
That's a
into
habit.
your
You
work.
go in.
It's a habit.
It's a habit. It's a change of environment that helps. But if I'm at home trying to, I'm in my free time and I'm trying to write, that's a struggle. And that also comes into other things because it's the procrastination aspect of it. It's the perfectionist in me saying, it's the blank page. I can do it. So there's other aspects to it.
Yeah.
But I have been better now at leaving work in the workplace and going home and leaving it there. And because I have a long commute, the thing that I do best to deal both with the commute and to clear my head is to read. I've been reading a lot. It helps because I have a long commute, so it helps me to deal with it. But because I am, like you said, doing something else, my brain shifts, and suddenly work is back there, and once I put down the book, I can do something else. It's a good coping mechanism.
Yeah, I just need that transitionary task. I need to do some, play a game, whatever. We will talk to someone, but I need to stop that, but do something else.
If I do something, but I don't.
I can't do it like that.
I don't feel like it. I sometimes, but it's also because of the way I live. Like it's a very fast paced kind of.
Yeah.
And like I just finish work and I'm like done. Next. I don't even think that I could be thinking about work anymore.
Do you think you're very task oriented? Do you think that helps?
It depends. Usually when I'm very task oriented, it's because I need to be. It's not because I want to be. It's like I have a bunch of stuff to do, and I keep forgetting stuff that needs to be done and priorities and stuff like that. So I organize everything, and then I become very task oriented. Like done. Like just I'm conquering the list.
Conquering the list. That's a good sentence. It's a really good
I'm
sentence.
conquering my task list. That's
good.
That's how I view it, and it helps me like keep on going because it's usually stuff that I don't want to do. Otherwise, they would be done.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't feel like very task oriented. It depends. I usually just do what it feels like most at the moment.
Right.
I do think that I've talked about it previously. I do have some rituals that I do to make myself get in that state of mind to do something, but then I might not do it.
You might not need it. And you
No, you might
do
start
it.
and feel doesn't.
I might
feel
not need it. Yes,
okay.
sometimes I just instantly start it, and that's normal. But when I do need to do something, I just do the ritual. So I set everything up to do it. I sit, I do it for 5 minutes. Whatever. But I proceed to the next one. I'm not.
If it's not time sensitive or needed,
Yes, but
you
I don't,
should know when to. I don't. It's
but
it's not important. I
don't
can do it
stay
later.
there for a lot of time, so I don't. It's the same as work. So, it's not working. Next, and
that works.
So I'm just fast in that.
The rituals help. Doing rituals has helped me a lot. It's something that I've noticed that I've started doing is because I know that if I do the ritual, it helps me do the other thing. And if I want to procrastinate the other thing, I procrastinate the ritual. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it does help. And in the vast majority of cases, having that ritual really helps to put my mind in there, get it done. So it's a good show.
No, it's rituals is powerful.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not magic, but
it is magic.
Not this again.
But it helps.
Everything's magic. Think about it that way.
I feel like that self-regulation, comes back. This is all connected, motivation, setting goals and feeling like.
Honestly, sometimes it's just really do it. It's the simple act of I don't care how I feel right now. Like sometimes it's really, and it's discipline. It's in the end like after all of these tricks fail, because they will sometimes, it's just, well, I need to do this, so
Do it
it has to be. It has to be, and it's done.
Okay. Okay.
And I
With
force myself
with the
like,
task I usually have to do right now, which is like reading a text and then passing it for my thesis. I just can't. I can't. I read it and it means nothing.
I have that voice in my head that's like, no, you're gonna read
It means, but I'm reading it, but the words mean nothing. There's no connections. There's nothing. And then I know this because I was a long time in this. I was trying. It meant nothing. And then another day when I read it and was feeling like it suddenly felt like that text was so easy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some tasks I can do that. The more practical a task is, the more I can just do it.
Most of my tasks, to be fair, are
But
practical.
with reading and comprehending and then, rewriting it in a sense, I can't force myself to do it. I have never been able to do that with those kind of tasks because my brain just doesn't want to. It's not my brain, but I can't make the connections, Yeah. I can't, let's be honest, like scientific text is written in like code words,
Yeah.
It's not very easy sometimes to read.
It's riddled with jargon. Sometimes it's really complicated to read.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it again.
Just like, these are the kind of words I use to just confirm, it's not.
Do you think that this particular type of task makes it difficult to use these tools that we've been talking about to motivate you to do it?
For me, it has always, like, the ritual works for me. Like, tea is usually the thing. Like, I'll just brew tea. And usually it's so hot. I don't start drinking it like I'm like half the start. I'm started when I start, but it's just the brewing it, setting it down. So it helps. It helps me start. But like I can't. I was just talking about the part of forcing it. I can't force it in a sense. I can't force it. Like I can force myself to write. If I understood it before and I have the thing kind of mapped out, because I did that with my report from my internship, which I had everything mapped out already in a sense. I had to write it. I can't do that. It's not as good as if I did it with more willingness, but I can force it. But I can't force myself to understand. I can't force myself to process information that I've never processed.
You don't have enough levels of I don't give a fuck. I'm joking, but I'm serious. Like, and I've talked about this like yesterday, I think. Another great thing I think that helps me, it's like, I don't really care. If it goes wrong, what's the worst thing that can happen? Another year? Sure. Another, okay. I've been through worse. I don't care. Right?
Yeah, I understand. I care a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. Like, I care. Like, I will get this done. If it might not be now, it will be done. If it's not, it's because I died. And then I don't care. Anyway.
Then you don't really care. You have no ability to care.
But I don't care that much, and I feel like that about most things. I care enough that
you want to do it, but
I want to do it. But if I fail,
you don't. Sure. You don't have that fear of failing,
because I feel like a bunch.
I know. Right. But I
know. I know.
No, I know what you mean, but I still have that fear, of failing. But I don't know. I don't know if maybe that's it. But maybe that's it. That's a lot of that. Failing, That's why I feel anxious when going back to my thesis. But I was talking about a different thing, about having to force me, because sometimes it's not anxiety. It's just I don't want. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Like it's not going through.
When you know that you have
that's
this
when
issue.
I say sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's when I say like the ritual is good. Like cause
it
helps.
If you did the ritual, if you started and you still don't feel like it, and it's not like then it's not the day.
Yeah.
Have you tried when you're facing this and you are having a really tough time doing it? Have you tried the Pomodoro technique?
What's that? Like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
whatever. The times don't really matter.
Yeah,
you said it yourself.
Yeah.
Because then you can chunk it.
Yeah.
The times are okay.
They're set. I know. but-
They
30, 15?
they put 30 minutes because that's the attention span usually that you can have for something that you're not particularly enjoying.
Yeah.
That's why because you can keep your attention going for like I can do it tirelessly with some stuff, but yeah, for stuff that I'm not.
Because I found that
particularly
when
enjoying.
I'm writing something, reading something that I really don't want to be doing, the Pomodoro technique helps me a lot, even after the ritual.
Yeah.
Because it forces me to start, and once I start
It's another
going,
motivator.
yeah, it gets me going again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I felt like it helped, but not a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like, it felt like it helped me start, but was not wanting to do it. So I was really wanting those breaks. And then the break, I was like, thank God. And then I start again. And it's not the start again. It's like I was not feeling it. I was feeling it felt so forced. Maybe I was telling myself that it was forced at the time as well. So
True. It's
It's
a lot
okay.
about the story that you keep telling yourself.
maybe kind of started snowballing in a sense. It felt
Like, you
bad,
can-
so I told myself this feels bad.
Yeah, you can't control how you feel, but you can control the story. And you
Yeah.
can say this feels bad because, and I'll go through it. And that's a different story. Like you're setting yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for continuing to feel like that. All right. But this is very easy to be said.
Yeah, I know it's easy being said because
it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
I'm not judging.
yeah, it's just for me that's always it. I just, at least with that stuff, I really wait for the good day for that stuff.
Yeah.
I just wait for the good, because other tasks like then when I have to like analyze the data, I can force myself. I usually don't have to because it's one of the parts I really want to do. So it's fun. It's just fun. So, and I can force myself to do it in a sense because I have to go through text and like underline stuff, and it's text about people speaking. It's not like jargon heavy text. So it's a task I can do in a sense. It doesn't feel like it has a huge like starting point. You know what I mean? Like reading scientific text to me feels like the start is really heavy. You need to, you know, but this is a very specific stuff that became huge because it's the thing I have to do. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have this difficulty with much other things, but it's the thing I have to get done. And so I think it's coming back to the story. In the sense, it became a huge monster because it's the thing. It's my obstacle
It's
in the
not.
sense.
Like I don't care.
That's pretty great, too good. That's pretty great.
No, but that's how you should like start. Like, is it really that? It's not.
Yeah, it probably isn't.
Yeah, like that's it.
It probably
It
isn't,
starts like
but-
that. It's a
It's a good book.
it's a powerful thing, man. Like it's probably not. Yeah, and it starts realizing it's in the big picture. I've been here and nothing bad's happened.
Yeah. True. I know what you mean.
Yeah, sure. 1 year more, 1 year less, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I think, yeah. Do we want to keep going? I think we can keep going. Yeah, I think we can.
You want to go
keep
to the next one?
going. Yeah. So we were talking about how. So we were talking about self-regulation, and we talked about motivation too. I feel one thing that really motivates people in the beginning, but also then, so it has both effects. It's amazing. Have you both heard about the Dunning-Kruger effect?
I've heard it. I don't think I know what it is.
So when you start learning something, you feel like you know everything about that. For a brief period of time, you're like, oh, I've made like the huge discovery of a new field. I don't know if put insert name of field here.
Yeah.
And you like that's awesome. You feel awesome because you found a new world. Basically, you're getting into it, and it's amazing. And you feel really high motivation. You feel amazing. Everything's roses, and a week later it's gone. Because then you realize how much you don't know about the subject that you just started learning, and you feel very demotivated because there was that huge leap in knowledge because it was new and it was a new framework that you just adopted, and so you started thinking in a new way, right? And now you have to grind in order to fully grasp the benefits of that new framework that you are. So, have you ever experienced this? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Please stop. Right. It's obviously no secret that I like storytelling and writing.
Ah.
No, I feel like you hate it.
Yeah, I absolutely despise it. The thing that I came across most recently, because I did a little course on script writing for TV. And it was fascinating. It was different, but still felt similar to what I already knew. And suddenly there was like this honeymoon period. It was like I knew a lot. It was fascinating. And then someone asked me what a free text pyramid was, and I was like, "What the fuck's that?" And then I started researching more, and I was like, I don't know any of this.
It's a new world.
God damn, what is this?
It goes from, it's a new world to, oh no, it's a new world.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Man.
I've dealt with this many times in my life, this effect. And I find it funny that I've dealt with it the same way every time. And I only realized it very recently, like half a year ago or something. I have a very stupid approach, but it worked. Sure.
If it ain't work.
It works, but it's stupid, I'm telling you. So, for example, martial arts.
Right.
This happened with martial arts, and it was like the one that I think was most evident. I've practiced a ton of martial arts, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've stopped them, like the first one, because I felt like I was not, I lost motivation, right? But then I went back again, and I felt the effect again. But this time I knew stuff, because I've practiced something else before.
Yeah.
The same happened with guitar, actually. I've started playing guitar many times before I actually started playing guitar.
Oh.
So yeah. And each time I was like, oh, this is amazing, and I started. But like, there was one time that I started, and I was like, from all the other failures previously, I finally could do something. And that's what then kept me through the grind of actually learning to play guitar, for example.
Okay.
So
I think that, that goes a lot back to the motivation part. Like, you felt like the first times you tried, you felt like the grind was just not worth it.
Yeah.
But the last time.
The first one was amazing. Guitar, I'm making sounds.
Yeah. I touch the strings and sound come out.
This must be magic.
But then I start trying to actually learn.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard, man.
It's hard, yeah.
It's
One of those things, because when you start something, you know that you are shit. And then you get better, and you start like, oh no, I'm actually getting better. And then you realize, oh, I'm still shit.
Yeah.
And then you actually start growing.
Yeah, but those can be both true.
Yeah.
You can be shit and be better at getting
100%,
better. You know,
That's what happened.
Yeah.
You're just a more polished turd.
The basics. No, like
there's gonna be so many bleeps here. Okay, sorry.
The basics are probably the biggest leap in knowledge you're ever gonna make, right?
Yeah.
For example, we talked about chess in the interlude.
Yeah.
When you learn the openings, when you learn like the basic stuff, and we also talked about this.
Yeah,
today.
we were talking about it.
Like
playing.
It's like the biggest leap probably that you're gonna make while playing chess.
Yeah.
Like that beginning when you just start learning and you just like, oh.
Yeah, you learn one or
There's a
two
method.
openings.
There's a method to this madness. And like,
The leaps you make become exponentially smaller.
Yes. Like,
yeah.
Yes. Then it's it's related to that. So the plateau that I was talking about, like in the last episode, this is the motivation graph.
The intrinsic.
Yes, because like it's the motivation goes along with the learning, and then learning stops and motivation goes. Oh no.
It's about that. That negotiation of goals and expectations. It's like you expect. We kind of start something wanting to be like the end point of it, and then we're not it because we started it, and we're like, oh, this isn't worth it.
It's also very paradoxical though, because if it was easy, everybody would do it, and you wouldn't see any benefit.
Yeah.
And
you wouldn't You know, it would be no.
So
You could like it, but it's something you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, but it's
offhand.
not like something you're proud of or
Yeah.
that you feel like
You've achieved.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah, of course. But it's like
Human beings are funny.
Yeah, you look at something and feel, oh, that's cool,
yeah.
and then you start to, oh, I'm getting the hang of it, and
I still have a long way to go.
and then you're like, that's a lot of work.
There's stuff that I've tried that and it goes along with what you said about fun. So I've tried drawing for I tried many times.
Yeah,
And it's something that I don't
it
I've
doesn't-
never felt like the effect of it's a new world. No. I can't.
It's a new world, just not for you.
But do you feel like you gave it a go and it was like, I don't care, or it was like, yeah, I can crack it.
No, I could. Like I feel I literally have a voice inside me that says like, no, you can do anything you want and you will. Like
No, I feel
pointing
like
with the pointy stick. Like,
every human
Yeah.
can do everything other human can do.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. Like
No,
from the car.
100%.
Yeah, from the car. So it's not that I couldn't. It's that do I want?
It's that it's gonna take effort.
Yeah.
And
Take
do I
effort.
want to put the
I have
effort
other
there?
things to do, things that are clearly on a higher priority list.
It's just
Yeah.
it's like I think you should try a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
You'll eventually find the ones you want to put the effort
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not you won't be the master of all. That's not, that's
Don't be smug. Don't be smug.
it's not possible. It's just not.
I just looked.
It's just not possible.
Yes,
you
of
know,
course it's not.
you have a limited lifetime and even a limited interest and effort.
Yeah.
You know, and so
And focus.
and focus. So, at the end of the day,
It's straight up energy. Like
Yeah.
you come at the end of the day, and it's like I really want to do it. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm done.
so yeah,
That happens a lot actually.
to everyone,
Yeah.
So
It's about you're tired, but you still go. I don't care. You're tired? Yeah, I'm tired. I'm still gonna do it because
sure,
no, I'm serious. Like
sure.
that leads to exhaustion. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Still waiting for.
I wouldn't recommend.
You're still going at full strength.
I am still going, and I will go. at full
I'm
strength
just
for a while.
waiting. I don't want it to happen,
Nah,
but I
it
just
won't happen.
I'm waiting for the crash. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna. You're saying he's
He's-
gonna burn out.
he's
And that's mean as hell.
He's
Listen,
he's
I don't
hexing
want
me.
him. I don't want him to burn out. I know it will happen.
Nah, it don't happen. I'm too
Keep-
good for that.
I feel it might not, but it's not because of that.
Yeah, it's not. It was a joke.
Yeah. So, I lost myself. But we're talking about.
You're there.
We're talking about. Motivation. Oh yeah, where you put your effort into, and like you can't.
It just made me lose motivation for this podcast.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. So
It's
yeah,
an extrinsic demotivator.
sure. I don't
You know what? I'll take that title. It's fun.
So yeah, so you can't put your. You won't feel like putting your effort into everything, and I feel like what you did with trying a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I've done that with weird games,
Yeah.
like
Why?
because okay, this is stupid, but some games
It's not stupid. I'm just trying
take a lot of like effort to learn.
Yes. Oh, I see.
My,
Given the games you play.
the strategy game, sometimes there's a big learning curve. Like after you're there, it's just clicking buttons in a sense, but like learning it is way too much work.
Yeah.
Way too much. I don't recommend it. It's way too much. I love it, but it's
Yeah.
too much work, I feel like sometimes. And so I felt like I've tried it and like, no, this is stupid. And then I uninstall. And then I come back a few months later, uninstall. And then finally, this game is amazing.
Yeah, because you've from the times, but yeah,
Because every time I learned something that helped me crack the fun, in a sense.
also you kind of did spaced repetition.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
I did.
You did. Yes.
I did.
No, it's.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
know.
smart or funny. I'm just actually.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Yeah. You do it in a.
Yeah, it's One
I
day
don't know
you're gonna
why.
to the psychiatrist or something. So what makes you?
What makes you cringe? I don't know. But you said this.
In a sense, this kind of podcast inherently calls for that.
Yes.
Stop it! I want to be here.
But yeah, it's exactly that, and that helps a lot with like, if you like it, that's why you come back, because
Sometimes I don't. It's weird.
no, you have to like it.
It's weird.
You have to
There's
want-
something
yeah.
about some stuff, even music, movies, books, whatever, like pieces of art.
Yeah.
I keep coming to them, and I don't like. I keep coming back to seeing, watching, listening, whatever, and I don't really understand why. And then I start liking it after.
Yeah, but there was something
There was
in
an
it
appeal,
that
yes, but I didn't
captivated
like
you.
it.
Do you think?
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
what
it's
I
like.
was-
Is it the challenge?
Sometimes no, but I think I can distinguish that. Like, sometimes
Okay.
I start something because I can do better than that guy. Or
Okay,
something.
No, sometimes it's
Or
just
I can do this. But that's
w-
different.
with the others don't. But with music, sometimes it's weird. It's literally what I'm
It's a
hearing,
weird appeal, yes.
and I just want to stay. I don't know why, but I want to come back.
Yes, eventually. It's not like now.
No.
So,
I finished listening.
sometime
and
in
like,
the future-
shit.
Yeah, I hate it. But then sometimes you go back and you're like, I still hate it. But you keep coming back.
And then one day,
Why do I hate it?
And then, then one day you come back. Oh, this is amazing.
Yes.
I've loved it from forever. No,
I hated it since second one, but somehow I loved it always. Somehow.
I feel that with music. With other stuff, I don't feel that as much. But with
So,
music,
there's even
I feel
movies
like
and-
music is easier to do that because if you listen to a song you don't like it and eventually you go back and you start liking it, it's easier because it's short, usually shorter format. I can't do that with a TV show
I've done that with books.
or a movie
I've done that with
because I'll go through it and I'm like, I fucking hated this, and I can't bring myself to repeat it because it's way too long.
it's too much effort. I
Yeah.
feel like that as well. With books a lot. Books, it's way too much effort. I
I've,
feel like.
I've started
if I-
like books
Oh,
repeatedly.
oh no. Oh, but you didn't read them in.
No, that's one of the things. I'm
Right.
like, no, I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I drop out of a book, I go back because let's give it another go. That's one thing. But if I finished it and I didn't like it, trash.
Oh,
pile.
yeah.
I wouldn't finish a book I don't like. Man.
Oh, it depends. If I start not liking it, like in the middle, now out of spite, I'm gonna finish that. I'm like, I need to
I
know
have
if
no-
it's bad until the end.
I'm gonna make a lot of enemies, but I have no respect. Like I can start a movie, I don't like it.
No, that's the
Start-
correct thing to do.
I start a TV series, I don't like it.
I think you should.
Bye.
And I do that with most media. But like a book, I like till a point, and now I don't. I need to understand why the fuck that happened.
Multiple books I've
Oh, I
done.
know.
If I get to the middle of a book and I don't like it, I drop it.
Oh no, I know.
I straight up
I
drop
need
it.
to understand why. And I might jump ahead and see, do I like the ending at least? And then
And
I'll
sometimes
go through.
I still have the appeal again. I'm not enjoying this part, but I have the appeal of okay, but I still want to see. But-
there's something here I like.
Sometimes I'm just like no.
Yeah, just trash.
Some stuff
Just-
more important in my life to
Yeah.
do than
Yeah, sure. I understand it.
Yeah.
But with books right now, I have Dune in my.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I've tried Dune like 2 or 3 times, and the start is really doesn't. I don't vibe with it.
peasant.
I just don't like the way he starts the story.
I get it.
I just don't. I feel like it throws you into the world like you should know it. And
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I feel like I will love the story. And I'm just really...
Yeah, but that's one of the.
Watch
Probably.
the movie, man. I told you. You gotta watch the movie.
But if I watch the movie, I'll never read that book.
Yeah, I agree.
It's how I
With
work,
you.
man.
Yeah.
It might be different for you, but I'm talking about myself, you know?
Oh, Jesus, damn.
Holy shit!
This escalated.
I took a slap.
Wait,
God,
I didn't mean it like that.
no, you
I
said
just-
it like,
oh, sorry.
no, I understand
It was the
but
tone, man.
fuck you. That was the
It was
point.
the tone. It was the
Oh,
tone.
was the
sorry,
tone, it was the
sorry,
tone.
sorry.
Like-
I didn't mean it like that.
We, in reality, we're not friends. We hate each other. That's,
Straight
Enemies
up.
for life.
enemies.
No, but
That's why we gather here. Like we were just talking about this. We gather, even though we hate each other. There's an appeal. We do it like to see if we learn something.
But Dune is a good example for me because I didn't start with the book. I started with a movie, and watching the movie and knowing that the movie doesn't go through all of the story made me want to read the book. I already wanted to, but made me want more. So that helped me. So again, motivation. There was a different motivation, and knowing that it's a different medium, there are different things. And knowing that the movie is an adaptation, another different thing. So I wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
I know what you mean, but like, I know a lot of things are adaptations, but I feel like I've got the gist of it.
Yeah,
And so
I get it. Yeah.
the big, most likely the big plot points,
Yeah.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna read the book for the details, and I don't care enough about the details.
That's fair.
I'm not trying to be. It's like it's something that the world building would have to be absurd for me to want to read the details. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, it is.
But absurd for me, you know, I would have to love it. I would have to love the world.
I do think you
And
will.
I don't think.
I
don't know-
personally
oh,
think you will,
Okay.
because the world building is very big, it's very imperialistic, and there's all these moving parts. And culturally, the Frank Herbert took a lot from Islamic culture, and he mashed them all together in a very interesting way with a lot of. Spice is oil.
So imperialism.
yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, this became a Dune talk
Yeah, 100%.
You can go on.
that I've never read, a book I've never. But I want to give it a real shot because I feel like it's a world I will like.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I can start by the movie. I need to find a way to grind through the intro, which I like each time I read it, I go a little bit farther.
Okay.
Yeah, because now you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's actually it's exactly what we were talking about.
So I feel like I will eventually grind through it, but I'm just taking my sweet time. But yeah, I feel that I understand what you mean. But for me, it's only with music is that weird appeal. With books and that is, to me, it's not weird in a sense. I understand the appeal.
Sometimes it is.
For me, it's always I understand it.
Some stuff that I think I don't know how I read it or seen it or whatever. But yeah,
You just came back to it.
I just came back to it multiple times.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
You think?
I think.
That's good.
What
Sometimes
do
I
you think? What do you think will bring our audience back?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
They could answer.
They can tell us.
Our good conversations, maybe our persons.
Persons?
Yeah.
Our persons.
Our persons.
That's a weird sentence, but
You're a person, right?
No,
We're a collective, therefore our persons. Come back, please.
we are collective. We are the collective.
we are the collective. I think that's probably copyright. I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that.
Yes, and the collective.
Cheat. No.
Okay, we're done. Bye.
With the collective, we'll see you next time.
I'm done.
Bye bye.
You can support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want more, you can follow us on Instagram at RambleBoxOfficial. That's at RambleBoxOfficial. Or you can check for more content in theramblebox.com. That's theramblebox.com. Links are in the description. That's the end of the show. We'll see you next time. Bye!